A little bit about timing. I waited 21 years for this vision where the Lord reached for one thing and tipped over a glass of water. And he said, I will tip over Roe v. Wade. It took 21 years to come to pass. I began to warn about the USA and Iran getting tangled up in war. Sense of spiritual battle in June of 2022. So I was on War Watch long before Israel broke out. This word has a November-December fulfillment of what year, I don't know. So in the meantime, I began to make plans to return to the mission field. So March 10th was a very important day for my planning. I had 2 destinations and needed 2 flights. On March 7th, while cooking breakfast, the Lord downloads a word of knowledge. A word of knowledge is a package of total information that doesn't come line by line or word by word, but it's a sudden, complete knowledge and understanding of a particular topic. There is a sudden change of plans. I didn't know it at the time. It took a few days for it to unfold, but President Trump had sent a letter of demand requesting to meet about their nuclear capabilities. So he sent that letter on the 6th, which in Iran, it was already the 7th. And I got my word of knowledge on the 7th to have a heads up. Plans were changing. Overnight between the 8th and the 9th, I had a dream from the Lord. That dream caused me to cancel my very important meeting on the 10th and to withdraw all plans to go back to the mission field on these 2 trips. So Iran rejected Trump's demand on the 8th in America time, but it was actually their 9th. And that night, between the 8th and the 9th, I have the dream. So this coordination and synchronization of time is also another sign to me. He's speaking both in U.S. language and Iran language. This dream pertains to us both, America and Iran. So now I'm coming full circle back to June of 2022, where we get tangled up in something together. The blue squares are the Lord speaking to me through different methods, and the pink is Trump and Iran speaking to each other. So you can see how these are all tied together. Trump speaks, the Lord speaks to me. Iran speaks, the Lord speaks to me, and so on. It's confirming. Here's a receipt for Trump's 6th letter and Iran's response on the 8th. Last night I was going over with the Lord about the dream, because in the dream, my 2 flights needed to be canceled because they were booked on these super high-tech smart airplanes, and it was unnecessary. These high-tech super stealthy planes have been in visions and video warnings that I've done before, so it's not a mystery to me. I would say a valid interpretation of that is that I need to deplane my missionary planes because these other 2 high-tech planes are already scheduled. So when I asked for the Lord to give me clarity last night, he responded by giving me several visions of bombings. These bombs had a blast field made of blue. When I searched for bombs that have a blue blast field, the only one I could come up with was this gravity bomb. Its name was blue. This is a very powerful bomb, what was used in Vietnam to lay down a forest so it could become a helicopter landing pad. There are only a couple existing bombs that are stronger than that, like the earthquake bomb, but it has since been retired and been replaced with the Moab bomb, a bunker buster that we have talked a lot about on my channel with regard to the bombing of Iran. Moab, mother of all bombs. In the vision, it wasn't exactly like this, but it's similar in that it was a very large expanse of brown, like desert, and there was a main sort of building with outlying other little cluster of buildings. This was the target. Israel did hit some of their facilities last year, I think, so it is similar to that. It looked like headquarters, but I also considered they may hit our bases in Iraq. That is Iran's threat. If Israel bombs their nuke stuff, they're going to bomb our bases. Going back to the November-December warning word, I found this article interesting because Shapiro is saying sometime in the fall. According to Shapiro, the preparations themselves for military action will signal to Iran that we're serious. There must be a credible military threat on the table. The moment of truth, whether or not to act or not, will come this fall. Shapiro made those comments at the Institute for National Security Studies conference recently. I am praying. Love you guys. Talk soon.